our head of the department, Dr. S. Chitra, to this session. And I hereby welcome all my department colleagues, and I extend my warm welcome to all the students who are who all are attending today's guest lecture. Once again, I welcome you all for this knowledge gathering session. Thank you.
Good evening to all. First, I thank about the head of the department and all faculty members. Today, I take guest lecture on integral transformation. Integral transformation, particularly, first I discuss about the Fourier transformation. These are the contents, major contents of our presentation. First is statement of the Fourier integral theorem and Fourier transformation. So,
sir. Sir, 1 second, sir. An introduction to chief guest.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, Muthukumaran, sir.
Yes,
before you going to start with the session, we have to introduce you to the gathering because the students they didn't know about you. So just wait for a few minutes. We'll introduce you and then you can start your session, sir. Sorry for interrupting.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
I take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Dr. V. Muthukumaran, Assistant Professor, Department of Maths, Reva University, Karnataka. He has completed his doctoral degree in Vellore Institute of Technology. His area of interest are algebraic applications, cryptography, blockchain, and cloud computing. He has more than 6 years of experience in teaching and research. He has published around 35 articles in national and international reputed journals. He has presented around 20 papers in the national level and international level conferences. He has published 4 book chapters in reputed publications. He has organized and attended several workshops, symposiums, faculty development programs, and so on. He has been the reviewer of many journals like International Journal of Speech Technology, Journal of Intelligent Manufacturing, and so on. With this short note, I welcome him for today's evening to share his knowledge to our dear students in this guest lecture. Stage is yours, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Okay,
So now you
thank
can proceed with the session,
yes.
sir, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, good evening to one and all. Today I take the session for the Fourier transformation. First, before going to problem, first I give the basic contents. What are contents today we discuss means first the statement of the Fourier integral theorem and Fourier transform pairs and Fourier sine and cosine transformation and some basic properties of the Fourier transformation and transformation for the simple function, convolution theorem, Parallel identity and application of the what are the real life application using for the Fourier transform. But the Fourier transform is introduced by Joseph Fourier. It's a mathematical transform. It's a basic thing is transform signal between time domain to frequency domain. This is the basic condition of the Fourier transformation. Fourier transformation equal to capital F of x equal to f of x equal to 1 by root 2 pi into minus infinity plus infinity f of x e power isx into dx. Next, inverse Fourier transformation, it's called IFT. F of x equal to 1 by root 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity f of x into e power of minus sx into dx. Because inverse means, sine theta, cos theta like that. Next, Percival identity on the Fourier transform is minus infinity to modulus of f of x whole square dx equal to modulus of minus infinity plus infinity modulus of f of x whole square ds. These are the some Fourier transform pairs. The main thing is the Fourier transform is the transform the signal between time domain to frequency domain. This is the basic condition introduced by the Joseph Fourier. In Fourier transformation, we have the two types of functions are there. One is sine function, another one is cosine function or cos function. This is the Fourier transformation of the sine function, inverse Fourier sine transformation, and Pearsall identity for the sine transformation. For the Fourier sine transformation is written as FST. Therefore, Fs of s equal to Fs of f of x root of 2 pi 0 to infinity f of x into sine x into dx. Therefore, inverse Fourier sine transformation means you find the small f of x equal to root of 2 pi 0 to infinity f of s into s sine sx dx. Here same thing, Pearsall identity of the Fourier sine transformation means 0 to infinity modulus of f of x whole square dx equal to 0 to infinity f of s means sine Fourier transformation whole square into ds. Same thing here, two function f of x into g of x. Therefore, 0 to infinity f of x into g of x dx is equal to 0 to infinity f of s into g of s into ds. Similar thing, first we discuss about the what are the Fourier transformation, next Fourier sine function, next Fourier cosine function or cos function. Therefore, Fourier cosine transformation means fc of s equal to fc of f of x. Same thing here, we using the sine xx, here we using the cos sx. Similar thing, f of inverse means we must find the small f of x equal to root of 2 by pi 0 to infinity fc of s into cos sx into dx. Next, same thing, Pearsall identity of the Fourier cosine transformation means previously we using fs means sine transformation. Here gs fc means cosine transformation. These are the basic things. First we know what are the Fourier transformation. Fourier transformation is the mathematical transformation is introduced by Joseph Fourier. The main concept of the Fourier transformation is that they transform the signal between time or spiritual domain to frequency domain. This is the basic thing. And this is the Fourier transformation. First, what are the Fourier transformation fair and inverse Fourier transformation? Pearsall identity. Because once we know the fundamentals, then only you can easily understand the problem. This is the Fourier sine transformation, Fourier cos transformation. Okay, before we go into problem, we want to recall some trigonometry formula, because without knowing the trigonometry formulas, we can't solve the Fourier transformation. These are the your in school level also. In school level, you already studied what is the sine square theta, what is the cos square theta, what is the formula for sine 2 theta, what is the formula for sine a cos. Because if you go to Fourier transformation, sometimes the trigonometric function will come, sometimes polynomial function also will come, sometimes hyperbolic function also come, sometimes hyperbolic with polynomial function also will come. That's why before we go into problem, first we recall the some basic trigonometry formulas like sine square theta. What is the sine square theta formula? And what is the cos square theta? What is the sine 2 theta? What are the sine 2a, sine a, sine b? What is the formula for cos a, cos b? What is the formula for sine a, cos b, cos a, sine b? Because Fourier is the integral transformation. If you go to integral transformation, suppose you have sine x, cos x, we can't in integration because sine x, cos x. If you have integration of sine x, we have the formula. If you integration of cos x also, we have the formula. But the problem is given integration of sine x, cos x means we convert to some identity and it to the plus form or a minus one, we can easily integrate because we know the formula for integration of sine x, integration of cos x, integration of cot x, tan x. All those things we already know, but we don't have the formula for sine a, sine b, cos a. Integration of sine a, sine b, we don't have any formula. That's why if a problem is given, find the integration of sine a, sine b, the limit is given. We want to use the trigonometry identity. For example, sine a, sine b means 1 by 2 into cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. Here you can easily apply the integral and find the solution. Is very simple because cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. Easily we can integrate this function. And some another function, suppose they given x by x square plus 2x plus 5. Suppose x square dx by x square plus 2x plus 5 means we don't have the formula for integration. That's why here we can use some basic integral formula. Integration x by x square plus a square dx means equal to 1 by 2 into log of x square plus a square. This integration formula in higher secondary you already studied. just I recall the formulas, because before going to problem, we know the fundamentals and formula, then easily you can understand the problem. Suppose this problem, you see, integration of e power ax into sine bx. E power ax is the hyperbolic function. Sine bx is the trigonometric function. Therefore, hyperbolic with trigonometric function, we don't have the integration formula. Therefore, we can use the identity. What is the formula for integral e power ax into sine bx dx? Means e power x divided by a square plus b square, and a sine bx minus b cos bx. And same thing, e power x into cos bx also same can be applied, and e power minus ax sine bx and e power minus cos bx also easily we know. If you know the formula, you know the ab value, simply you simply do the integration. And we recall some integration property also, because we have the, what is the Fourier formula? We give the minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why we can use the odd even function. What is the odd function? A function f of x said to be an odd function if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. Suppose the f of x is the even function, f of minus x equal to plus f of x, and we have this property we already studied in our higher secondary level. Just to recall, what is the minus a to f of x dx, which f of x is even twice of 0 to a f of x into dx. And suppose f of x is odd, is automatically 0. Let's say just we recall this all the fundamentals, and we know the Bernoulli's formula also. Suppose into u v into dx, u v1 minus u dash v2 plus u double dash v3. This mostly function you choose for the algebraic structure, because we know x, if you have the hyperbolic with the polynomial function, you can choose the x is the suppose e power x square into e power x means your u value is x square, b value is integral, d value is e power x, because mostly we can choose to use the algebraic structure, because algebraic structure means if x square, u dash is 2x, u double dash is 2, u triple dash 0. Suppose you choose dv as the x square. If you want to find dv to v, integration of dv into integration of x square into dx, you integrate v equal to x square by 2, x cube by 3, like that function will go. That's why mostly you can choose u as the algebraic structure. That's the most important thing. Okay. Now we start with some small example. Okay, first example I take, find the Fourier transform of f of x 1, modulus of x is less than or equal to a, 0, modulus of x greater than a. Hence I want to deduce that first problem is 0 to infinity sin t by t into dt equal to pi by 2, and second problem is 0 to infinity sin square t by t dt equal to pi by 2. Okay, first, what is the given function? F of x equal to, when f of x is 0, it minus infinity less than x less than infinity, because we know modulus x concept. If you modulus of x equal to 1 means where x greater than 0, x less than 0, two conditions are the same thing. Given f of x equal to 0, where minus infinity less than x less than minus a. When f of x when is 1, minus a less than x less than a, and 0 a less than x less than 1. Suppose I take a equal to 1 means our f of a value is 1. Suppose I take a is less than minus 1 or greater than 1, our f of x value will be 0. Now our aim is I want to find the f of s, because Fourier transform, what is the Fourier transform is given? I want to find the value of capital F of s, that is the Fourier transform. Suppose you want to find small f of m means that is called the inverse Fourier transformation. Okay, what is the problem? Find the Fourier transform of, the problem is given. What is the formula for Fourier transformation? F of capital F of x equal to 1 by root 2 by minus infinity to plus infinity f of x e power minus sx into dx. Okay, now move to the problem. Suppose the whole square function will given means we use the Purcell identity for the Fourier transformation. Okay, now move to the problem. This is not a sine transformation. This is not a cos transformation. This is some f of x is the one polynomial they given. Okay, now our aim is I want to find the f of x. Okay, we know that the Fourier transformation of f of x given capital F of s equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity f of x into e power minus s isx into dx. Okay, this is the formula. What you know? I know the f of x function. F of x is suppose minus infinity to minus a. This infinity will split into the three parts. First part is minus infinity to minus a f of x into e power minus isx to dx plus minus a to plus a f of x e power isx to dx plus a to infinity f of x isx into dx, because the limit is given. Okay, now same thing, f of s equal to 1 by 2 root pi minus infinity plus into e power isx into dx and minus a to plus a f of x into e power isx into dx plus a into infinity 0 to e power isx into dx. Now we check minus infinity to minus a means our f of x value is 0. That's why I put 0. Next we check minus a to plus a, our f of x value is 1. That's why I taken 1. Next you check a to infinity, our f of x value is 0. That's why the two term will be vanished. That will be automatically 0. Then we have 1 by root of 2 pi minus a to plus a e power isx into dx. We know trigonometry function. What is the formula for e power I theta? Cos I theta plus I sin I theta. E power minus I theta means cos I theta minus I sin theta. This is the basic trigonometry formula. Okay, let I assume e power ix. What is the e power I theta means cos I theta plus I sin I theta. In place of here, what we have e power I sx. Therefore, e power I theta means cos theta plus I sin theta. Here e power isx means cos sx plus I sin sx into dx. Now we know split minus a to, suppose minus a to plus a f plus g f of x plus g of f dfx means dx means we can split into the minus a to plus a f of x into dx plus minus a to plus a g of x into dx. Integral by applying integral for plus function multiplication function. Okay, now you apply 1 by root 2 pi into minus a to plus a cos x dx to take I outside minus a to plus a sin x dx. Now check, we have the formulas I told you in starting onwards. This is the odd even function. Let f of minus x equal to minus f of x, that is odd function. F of x minus x equal to plus f of x means that is called the even function. Now even function means we can write the minus infinity plus infinity twice of 0 to infinity into f of x dx. Suppose that is the odd function means it's automatically 0. Now we check. First I assume f of x is cos x. You substitute x equal to minus x. You know cos of minus theta is plus cos theta. Therefore, you take f of x, f of minus x is you get f of x. Therefore, cos x is the even function. Now we check sin x. I take f of x equal to sin sx. Therefore, f of minus x. Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Therefore, f of x equal to I got minus f of x. Therefore, sin x is the odd function. Suppose our f of x is odd, it automatically what happen? It will be 0. Therefore, here sin sx is the odd function. So far minus a to sin sx dx is 0. Now I have the only one term f of x equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus a to plus a cos x into dx. Now we can easily do the integration, but what I find out, f of x equal to cos x, I assume f of x equal to cos x, I take an f of minus x, I get the plus cos x plus f of x. Therefore, it's an even function. Suppose the given function is even, we can write as twice of 0 to a f of x dx. Therefore, you can write this one, f of x equal to 1 by 2 root pi twice of 0 to a cos x into dx. We know the integration formula. Integration of sin x is minus cos x. Integration of cos x is plus sin x. Therefore, but integration of sin ax means sin ax divided by a. Integration of cos ax means, suppose integration of sin ax means minus cos ax by a. Integration of cos ax means plus sin ax by a. Now integrate sin sx divided by sx means ax place of a, what we have? Yes. Therefore, sin sx s by 0 to a. Now we know the integration limit. First you apply the upper limit minus lower limit. Now you take sin place of x, you apply the limit with respect to x only. Therefore, place of x, you apply the x equal to a. Therefore, sin as divided by s and minus sin of 0 is 0. The total term will be vanished. Therefore, our f of s value is 1 by root of 2 pi sin as by s. What is the f of s? F of s is the Fourier transformation, because this is the formula for what is I want to find f of s. What is the formula for f of s? 1 by root of 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity f of x e power minus ix into dx. Problem is given. First I substitute the f of s value and I split into the interval. But if you take minus infinity to minus a, our f of x value is 0, and minus a to plus a only f of x value will come. Then next I find e power I theta means cos theta plus I sin theta. I apply the trigonometry formula and split into the two parts, and now we check minus a to plus a cos sx dx plus I into minus a to plus a sin x dx. This is the form of the odd even function. Now I check which one is odd and which one is even. If the function is the odd function, it automatically is 0. Therefore, minus a to sin sx dx is 0. Why? Because sin sx is odd function. If even means I take twice into and we do the simple integration. I find the f of s value. Next, I want to find the inverse Fourier transform, because I want to show that 0 to infinity sin t by t dt equal to pi by 2. What is the inverse transformation formula? F of x equal to root of 2 by pi 0 to, sorry, this one. F of x equal to 1 by 2 root pi minus infinity plus infinity f of s into e power isx into dx. This is the inverse Fourier transform. Why we are using inverse Fourier transform means I want to show that 0 to infinity sin t by t dt value is pi by 2. Okay. Now move to the problem. What is I want to show that 0 to infinity sin t by dt equal to pi by 2. Okay, small f of x is the capital F of s is the Fourier transformation. Small f of x is the inverse Fourier transformation. Okay, f of x equal to 1 by root 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity f of s equal to e power minus isx into ds. Here the function is s. Previously the function is x. Okay, what value you know? F of s value I know. What is the f of s value? 2 by root 2 divided by root of 2 pi sin as by s. I substitute the f of s value and do the simplification. Okay, f of x equal to 1 by root 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity 2 root pi sin as divided by s e power isx into dx. Therefore, here you check root 2 into root 2 is 2. 2 will be cancelled. We have 1 and root pi into root, you multiply by root 2 pi into root 2 pi means we get 2 pi. 2 pi is automatically root 2 pi into root 2 pi is we get only 2 pi. 2 will be automatically cancelled. Therefore, f of x equal to 1 by 5 minus infinity plus infinity sin as into e power minus sx into dx. Okay. Now I want to show that integral 0 to infinity sin t by t is dt equal to pi by 2. Now I using some substitution method. I am assumed put x equal to 0, a equal to 1 and s equal to t. Okay. What is f of x? Place of x I substitute 0. Place of a I substitute 1 and place of s I substitute t value. Okay. Therefore, our problem will be changed on f of 0 equal to 1 by pi minus infinity plus infinity sin. What is the a value? 1. What is the s value? T. and divided by t into e power 0 of e power isx, because x I assume 0, e power 0 is 0 into dt. Therefore, you check f of 0 is 1. How it will come? Because I assumed what? A equal to 1. Suppose substitute here a equal to 1. If substitute a equal to 1 means minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 1. If you x equal to 1 means our f of 1 value is what? 1. This if clearly I given a equal to 1 means this inequality, how will change the inequality? Minus infinity less than x minus 1. Therefore, the inequality less than minus 1, it will be 0. Here you substitute minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 1. The inequality minus 1 to between plus 1, the f of x value is 1. Suppose 1 less than x less than infinity. Suppose you assume a equal to, that is 0. A equal to minus 2, that also 0. Therefore, our f of, you assume a equal to 1. Therefore, minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 1. Our f of 1 value is, sorry, our f of 1 value is 1 only. Our f of 0 value is 1 only. Because here what we assume, a equal to 1, our f of 0 value is 1. Because when minus a to plus 1, our f of x value is 1. Therefore, f of 0 value is 1, 1 by pi, you know, sin t by t. You substitute now here, I take f of t equal to sin t by t. I substitute t equal to minus t. Sin of minus t is minus t. In denominator minus t. Minus minus will be cancelled. Sin t by t is the even function. Therefore, it can be written as twice of 0 to infinity sin t by t into dt. 1 equal to 1 by pi twice of 0 to infinity sin t by t equal to dt. Now you take the reciprocal, 2 by pi go to left hand side, it will change into the pi by 2. Therefore, 0 to infinity sin t by t into dt is, we get the value is pi by 2. You understand? First, I find the Fourier transformation f of s. This problem, two problems are given. First one is I want to show that 0 to infinity sin t by t into dt is pi by 2. Next problem is I want to show that 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square dt equal to pi by 2. I easily find the f of s. Next, I want to find the, using the inverse transformation formula, I easily find the value and simplified. I am assumed for problem purpose, I take x equal to 0, a equal to 1 and s equal to t, and check the what is the limit of a limit when it is 1 and when it will be 0. Suppose I take a equal to 1, our f of function value is, f of x value is 1 only. Therefore, f of 0 value 1 equal to pi by 2. This one is the sin t by t is the even function. Therefore, twice 0 to infinity sin t by t into dt. Therefore, I 2 by 1 equal to 2 by pi into 0 to infinity sin t by d into dt. You take reciprocal, into 0 to infinity sin t by d dt is pi by 2. First one I prove. I move to the next problem, next deduction. What is the next deduction is given? 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square into dt equal to pi by 2. From this problem, I want to solve using this Fourier Pearsall identity for the Fourier transformation, because it is the form of minus infinity plus infinity modulus of f of x whole square function. Now I take 0 to infinity sin t by whole square dt. I want to prove that is the pi by 2. I am assuming Pearsall identity for the Fourier transformation. What is the Pearsall identity? Integral minus infinity plus infinity modulus of f of x whole square dx is equal to minus infinity plus infinity modulus of f of x whole square into ds. Therefore, we know the limit. We take minus a to plus a. Our modulus of f of x whole square value is 1. If you limit is minus a to plus a 1 square, because if you limit we take minus a2 plus a means our f of x value is 1 only. That's why we take limit on minus a2 plus a, modulus of f of x whole square value is 1 only. 1 into dx equal to minus infinity plus infinity. We know the modulus of f of x value is 2 by root 2 pi sin as by s whole square into ds, because if you negative it will automatically take positive. Now what in the left hand side we have minus a2 plus a into dx only. In right hand side we have minus infinity plus infinity 4 by 2 pi into sin as whole square into ds, because is 4, square root of root 2 pi is 2 pi into sin as divided by s dx. Now you take 2 by pi outside and into 2 into 0 to infinity sin as by s whole square into ds, because you can take 4 on this side, 4 by 2 pi, you can take 2 pi into 2, and another form is if is minus infinity plus infinity sin as by ds become the 2. Therefore 2 pi into 2 into 0 to infinity sin as whole square ds equal to twice of 0 to infinity 1 into dx, and 2 automatically will cancel, because minus a to plus a dx is the dx. We can write the twice of 0 to a into dx, and 2 will be automatically cancelled. 2 by pi into 0 to infinity sin s. We take a equal to 1. What happened? Sin s by s whole square into ds equal to 0 to 1 into dx, because we assume the a value is 1. Therefore 2 pi pi 0 to infinity sin s by s whole square ds. Differentiation of dx is x only. We apply the upper limit, lower limit.
One.
And 2 pi by 0 to infinity by sin s by s whole square ds equal to 1. You take 2 by pi on right hand side, therefore integral 0 to infinity, and replace t s into by t, therefore 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square dt by pi by 2. Only previous problem I am using the inverse transformation, Fourier transformation. This problem I want to solve using the Pearsall identity. Pearsall is nothing. I think minus infinity plus infinity dx equal to minus infinity plus infinity by 2 by root pi into sin as into whole square into ds, and square and take outside. This one is sin as by s is the what function? Even function only, because sin of minus theta what happened? Minus sin theta minus s equal to 2 will be cancelled. It can be written as 2 twice of 0 to infinity by sin s by s. And now the minus a2 plus a dx, because this is the constant function, we can directly write written as the twice of 0 to a into dx. Next step I put a equal to 1. Here you clearly check 2 will be cancelled, 1 by 2 by pi will come. Minus infinity plus infinity sin as by s is even function. That's why I written as twice of 0 to infinity sin as by s whole square ds. Minus a2 plus a into dx means here constant function. We can't find the it's odd or even. That's why we can directly written as twice of 0 to a into dx. Next you apply the limits. Here this is the main important thing. I assume a equal to 1. Wherever the a will come, that place you put a equal to 1. Therefore 2 by pi 0 to infinity sin s by s is become whole square ds equal to 0 to 1 dx. Then substitute and simplify. Replace s by t, you get the value 0 to infinity of sin t by t whole square into t equal to pi by 2. This is the first problem. Based on the find the Fourier transform of the f of x. 1 where modulus of x less than a, 0 where modulus of x is greater than a. Second example, same thing we can solve. And next we move to the once again. Okay, next move to the A. Okay, next move to the another. We discuss another example. Find the Fourier transformation of f of x equal to 1 minus of modulus of x, where modulus of x less than or equal to 1. When 0, modulus of x is greater than 1, and we want to deduce in 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square dt is pi by 2, and 0 to infinity sin t by t whole power 4 dt is pi by 3. Same thing. What is the given? F of x 0 minus infinity less than x less than minus 1, and 1 minus modulus of x when modulus of 1 is less than x less than 1. When 0, where 1 less than x less than infinity. First, I want to find the Fourier transform. We know the basic formulas of Fourier transform is f of s equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity f of x into e power I s x into dx. Now same thing. This interview I want to split it. The first is minus infinity minus 1 f of x e power I s x into dx, and minus 1 to plus 1 minus modulus of x e power minus I x into dx, plus 1 to infinity 0 into e power I x into dx. Now here this two term will be vanished because that is 0. We have only one term, minus 1 to plus 1 minus modulus of x e power I x s into dx. Now we split into the two parts. First part is minus 1 to plus 1 minus modulus of x cos x into dx, plus I into minus 1 into 1 minus modulus of x sin x into dx. Because e I power x is e power I theta. How can we written the e power I theta? Cos I theta plus I sin I theta. Now we check modulus of 1 minus modulus of x sin x is the odd function. We take f of x is minus of x, modulus of minus x is plus x, but modulus of sin theta is sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Therefore, minus 1 to plus 1 minus modulus of sin x dx is 0. Only we want to find the cos term only. Now we check cos term is whether it is odd or even. Therefore, minus 1 to plus 1. Cos term is even only because you take f of x equal to 1 minus modulus of x cos x. You place of x, you substitute minus x. Modulus of minus x is plus x only. Cos of minus theta is plus cos theta. Therefore, it is a even function. Therefore, 1 by root 2 pi twice of 0 to 1 minus modulus of x cos x dx. Now we take 2 by root of 2 pi 0 to 1. We take 1 minus of x cos x. We assume the positive only. 1 minus x into cos x into dx. Now here we can use the Bernoulli's law or u by v method. Now I assume u equal to 1 minus x and v equal to cos x dx. We know integral ud means uv minus integral of v du, or you can assume the Bernoulli's law. U equal to 1 minus x and dv equal to cos x. Therefore, what is the integration of v value is sin x by s, and v1 value is minus cos x by s square. This problem we can use this formula, Bernoulli's law. Bernoulli's law. Integral ud means uv minus u dash v1 plus u double dash v2 minus u triple dash v3, etc. What is our aim is mostly what u is the algebraic function. From this problem, what is the algebraic function? This problem is algebraic function is u equal to 1 minus x, dv equal to cos x into dx. Next, I want to find u dash. What is the u dash value? Minus 1. V value is integration of dv is v. Integration of cos x dx is minus sin x by x. Next, I want to find the v1 value. What is the v1? Integration of, again you do integration. Integration of sin x is cos sx. Again integration of sx is yes. Therefore, we get minus cos x divided by s square. Now next you substitute the limits. Limit varies from 0 to 1. Now first you substitute the upper limit. What happened? You substitute place of x1, 1 minus 1, 0, the total term will be 0. Next here minus into minus, plus, again plus into minus, minus. Place of x you substitute 1, cos s divided by s square, minus next upper limit, lower limit. 1 minus 0 is 0, but sine 0 is automatically 0. Next you substitute cos 0 is 1, 0 minus 1 by s square. Now you simplify, I get f of s value is 2 by root 2 pi into bracket, within bracket 1 minus cos s by s square. This is our Fourier transformation of s. Next I want to find the two direction. First one is if we want, you can simplify. We know the formula. What is the 1 minus cos theta? 2 sine square theta by 2. Therefore, 1 minus cos s is written as 2 sine square s by 2 divided by s square. Therefore, you now 2 2s are 4. 4 divided by root of 2 pi sine s by 2 whole square divided by s. Here, you check 2 sine square s by 2 divided by s square. Now that can be written as sine s by 2 s whole square. Now first I want to find the first deduction. First deduction, what is given? Integral 0 to infinity sine t by t whole square dt equal to pi by 4. I want to prove this problem using the inverse Fourier transformation. Suppose I assume f of s is given by f. What is the inverse Fourier transformation formula? F of x equal to 1 by 2 root 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity f of s e power I s x into dx. Therefore, f of x equal to 1 by root 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity 4 by root of 2 pi sine s by 2 by s whole square into e power I s x into dx. Now, we take 4 by root 2 pi outside. 4 divided by root 2 pi into root 2 pi, 2 pi into minus infinity sine ss by 2 whole square into e power I s x into dx. Next, I want to put x equal to 0. Suppose x equal to 0 means what is our f of 0 value? 1 minus modulus of x. Place of x you substitute 0, we get 1. Therefore, f of 0 equal to 4 by 2 pi minus infinity sine s by 2 whole square into e power 0 into ds. Now, we cancel, we get 1 equal to f of 0 is 1, 2 by pi minus infinity plus infinity sine s by 2 by s whole square into e power 0 into ds. I already told you sine s by 2 means you substitute f of x, you take f of x equal to sine s by 2 into s. Place of s you substitute minus s, you get minus sine of s by 2 divided by minus s. Minus will be cancelled. Therefore, 2 into 2 by pi 0 to infinity. It is a even function. Therefore, we can written as twice of 0 to infinity. Therefore, 2 into 2 by 5 0 to infinity sine s by 2 by s whole square into ds. Okay. Now what happened? 1 equal to 4 by 5 0 to infinity sine s by 2 by s whole square into ds. Now take left hand side 0 to infinity sine s by 2 by s whole square into ds equal to pi by 4. But our aim is I want to show that 0 to infinity sine t by t whole square dt whole square into dt by pi by 2. Again I give some other substitution. Let assume s equal to 2t and ds is 2t into dt. Okay, now we substitute into 0 to infinity sine of place of s I substitute 2t divided by t divided by 2t and differentiation of ds is 2t into dt equal to pi by 4. Now we substitute s equal to 2t. If you want t value, s by 2. Our s value is 0 by 2, 0 to infinity. Limit will not be changed. Therefore, 0 to infinity, 2 will be cancelled. It is sine t by t into 1 by 4 into 2t. Now cancel 2 will be cancelled. 4 will be cancelled. 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square into dt equal to pi by 2. This is our exact solution, because what they given 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square dt is, I want to show that pi by 2. Same thing here, I am using the inverse Fourier transformation. I know the f of s value. Here two things you remember. First, I take x equal to 0. If x equal to 0, f of 0 will be x equal to 0 means the given formula is f of 0 substitute 1 by 1 minus, because if x equal to 0, the limit lies between -1 to +1. Okay, -1 to +1 means -1, 0, 1. That is our f of function. F of x function, we take 1 by modulus of x. That is a very important thing. I take x equal to 0. You check f of x function -1, where the 0 will become -1 to +1. -1 to +1 means -1, 0, +1. +1. Therefore, our f of 0 value is, f of x value is 1 by minus modulus of x. Suppose you take x equal to 2, 3 means it automatically 0. That's why put x equal to 0. Our f of x function is f of x equal to 1 by modulus of x. Place of x I put 0. Our f of 0 value is 1. And I simplify, we get integral 0 to infinity sin to s by 2 whole square by s ds equal to pi by 2. But our aim is, I want to show that integral 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square dt equal to pi by 2. Therefore, I assume s equal to t, ds equal to t. You ask, sir, this is a function of limit is function of s. If you change the limit function of t, you check t equal to s by 2. But what is the s value? 0. Before our t value also 0. Suppose t equal to s by 2. What is s value? Infinity. Infinity by anything, that also infinity. That's why here we put 0 to infinity. 2 will be cancelled. Sin t by t and 2 into dt. Because here 2t whole square, we take outside, it will become 1 by 4. And we get sin t by t whole square. 4 will be cancelled. 0 to infinity sin t by t whole square dt equal to pi by 2. Next, I want to find the 0 to infinity sin t by t whole power 4 dt equal to pi by 3. Here I am using the Pearsall identity for the Fourier transformation. And 0 to infinity modulus of f of x whole square into dx equal to minus infinity plus infinity modulus of f of s whole square into ds. Same thing, we know what is the, why we take only exact limit, because this problem starting onwards I told you minus infinity to -1 also 0, 1 to infinity also 0. That's why we assume only -1 to +1, 1 minus modulus of x into e power isx. Okay, now we move to the problem. I only assume -1 to +1 modulus of 1 minus modulus of x whole square into dx is equal to, we know the modulus of f of s value, we substitute, and you take 1 by 4 by root of 2 pi sin s by 2 s whole square. Now we check, we take 2 into, because I told you what is sin s by 2 s is the even function, therefore we can write twice into 0 to infinity. 4 square is 16, root 2 pi whole square means 2 pi, sin s by 2 by s whole power 4 is ds. In take left hand side, what we have, that also even function, because f of x is 1 by modulus of x. You take x equal to -1 also, we get same positive value only. Therefore, it can be written as twice of 0 to 1, 1 minus x square whole square into dx. The 2 will be automatically cancelled, and 16 by 2 pi you cancel, 8 by pi. Therefore, 8 by 5, 0 to infinity sin s by 2 by s whole power 4 into ds. 1 minus, if we integrate, we know what is the integration of x power n? X power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Therefore, integration of 1 minus x is x square. 1 minus x square means 1 minus x whole power 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1. Again, what is given? 1 minus x, and differentiation of 1 minus x is -1, because we know integration of e power ax means e power ax divided by a. Same thing. Now integrate and substitute the value 0 to infinity. Once again. Okay, here some mistakes are there. This is minus one. This is minus infinity to plus infinity. Correct only. This one is minus 1 to plus 1. Now substitute the limit value and 0 to infinity sin s by 2 by s whole power 4 ds is we get pi by 24. But our aim, I want to prove that 0 to infinity sin t by t whole power t equal dt equal to pi by 3. Like same thing, previous problem, what we do, same thing only. S equal to 2t. We are seeing s equal to 2t. What is our ds value? 2t into dt. Therefore, if s is 0, t also 0. S is infinity, t, if s tends to 0, t tends to 0. S tends to infinity, same thing, t tends to also infinity. Now the limit will be changed 0 to infinity sin by place of s I substitute 2t divided by 2 divided by 2t. 2 will be cancelled. Therefore, sin t by t whole power 4 into 1 by 16 into 2 into dt equal to pi by 4. Once here you check cancel 2 16 means 8 times 3 8s are 24. Ma'am? Oh, 1 second. Just you simplify, we get 0 to infinity sin t by t whole power 4 t equal to pi by 3. Easily we show the problem. Okay, these are the basic things of the Fourier transformation. All problem same format only you, what is different, f of x will be different and formula will be different. Okay, next I want to give some application of the Fourier transformation. Okay, in Fourier transformation, the mostly using the frequency and image processing, many applications are there. I given some overview. First application of Fourier transform, here I told you signal analysis. And what is the signal, how they using the sound and signal analysis, how the what are the program, all those things today I little bit I discuss because I don't have the sufficient time. Just I give the overview. The application of Fourier transform is analysis for the differential equation similar to Laplace transform, because you already studied the what is the Laplace transform. In Fourier also analysis of the differential equation similar to the Laplace transform is the first one. Next one is Fourier transform is the spectroscopy, like they are using the NMR or MRI scan. MRI scan and NMR, they mostly using the Fourier transformation concept only. Next is quantum mechanics and sound and signal analysis. Okay, today I give only one application. What is the sound analysis? What is the exact sound? Suppose if you some sound and frequency coming, some noise are coming. Mostly, suppose you talk to your friend in phone call. Sometimes the noise will come. Suppose they in police they doing some investigation, they want to find out the particular person voice. They using the Fourier transformation concept and they clear the voice also. What is the exactly sound? Lots of vibration. And what is the frequency? How fast the wave from the oscillate. And what is the harmonic and integer multiple of fundamental of frequency? It all the bunch of the mostly all things are using the sine and cosine. Okay, first we take the sound analysis. You check. Suppose you listening some song I want to do some analysis. Some noise will become. Okay, this is you listen some songs or some you can listen some audio songs in YouTube or something. Some variation will come. This is the Fourier transformation for the song frequency. This is the Fourier transformation of the sound analysis. The sound waveform function is f of t equal to e power. We calculate using the sound waveform function is f of t equal to e power I omega t. From Fourier transformation, this is the Fourier frequency. This is the Fourier sound wave function. Using the Fourier transformation, we find the sound frequency. The formula for the sound frequency is g omega equal to del of omega minus omega naught. F of t equal to e power it is the image and Im and Re aptitude with time. This is the aptitude with frequency. This is the, if you use the aptitude time, aptitude frequency. If you go to this, the Fourier transformation, f of t equal to e power I omega t equal to g of omega into del of omega t. This is the Fourier transformation. If you come the reversing order, that is called the Fourier inverse transformation. This is the amplitude with time and amplitude with the frequency. This is a simple program. Create the any audible wave equation in play with 0.4 into cos of 200 pi t plus 0.3 cos of 400 pi t plus 0.7 into cos of 500 pi t, because most frequency based on the sine and cosine curve only. Here put the wave through the Fourier transformation on the output graph of the frequency and amplitude. This is the output graph and the Fourier transformation. This is the Fourier transformation frequency. These are the output graph. This is the sound wavelength. This is a simple example. First I play one song. Some error or noise will come. This is the playing song frequency. This is the Fourier transformation. How the song will be going. This curves are based on the, I told you, most of the Fourier transformation curves based on the sine curve and cosine curve only. You already studied in even higher secondary level how the sine curve will come, how the cosine curve, cos curve will come. These are some frequency analysis using the Fourier transform. This is the time is 0.1768 and the frequency range also given, the gain also given 24 dB. And how the Fourier sound is transformed from the sound waveform function to sound frequency. The sound waveform is defined as f of t equal to e power I omega t. The sound frequency is defined as g omega equal to del of omega minus omega t. This is some sample program, and this is the important thing. The Fourier transform is input is the function, output is the similar function but a different space. This is the important thing. And here net real world application is sound analysis. Most of the two things is main important thing. One is the sound analysis, another one is image processing. Now mostly the Fourier transformation concept is using for the image processing. Okay, today I stop up to this presentation. If anybody have a doubt, kindly ask me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation, sir. I now invite D. Captain Prabhakaran, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening to all. It is great honor to propose the vote of thanks on this guest lecture. First, I thank our guest speaker, Dr. V. Muthukumaran sir, Assistant Professor of School of Applied Sciences, Department of Mathematics, Reva University, Bangalore, who despite his busy schedule has found time to give the knowledgeful lecture, sir. My special thanks to our management and principal and vice principal, and my sincere thanks to our head of department, Dr. Chitra ma'am, for her guidance and encouragement in all our academic activities. And my heartfelt thanks to our senior staff, Dr. SARC ma'am and Dr. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, Mathematics Association Coordinator. I am very much thankful to our department faculty members. My thanks to Mr. Sriram, second year CSC, for wonderful comparing. Last but not least, for thanks all the students, those who are attend this lecture, for their cooperation throughout the section. Once again, I say thanks to all. So, Sriram, you will continue, Sriram.
So we have come to the end of this session. I now invite Head of Department Max, Dr. Chitra, Assistant Professor, to share a few words.
Thank you, Sriram. Thank you, sir. It is a nice presentation. I think we missed your application part. It is in a hurry to complete the application part. I think you could have started that little earlier, like very informative and interesting session. Fine. Anyway, sir, can you please kindly share the PPTs to the mail ID? I mean, Nagarani madam's mail ID, sir, because
yes,
we are going to save it.
Definitely.
Yeah, the application part. At least we can use it now in our class, regular class, when we are taking the Fourier transformation. We'll use this and we'll inform our students. And it's a nice presentation. The problems you have solved, everything is very informative. Thank you so much for giving a wonderful lecture. Clean and very neat and then clear presentation, sir. Thank you so much. And heartfelt thanks to all our friends in our department. It's a family, like we are working together. And thanks to special thanks to Nagarani ma'am and Captain Prabhakaran for arranged wonderful session today in this pandemic atmosphere. And even though she's in leave, I have to thank Mrs. Karpagam. She only given your contact, sir. Thanks, Karpagam, and thanks to all my friends in our department for their cooperation and support. Thank you, students. Students also very much important. They are the backbone for us for the successful conduction of this event. Thank you, all the second year students. I think this is very informative session. You have one unit in this. He has covered little. So he has saved our time. So when we are teaching, we can say that you have attended no guest lecture in that day. We have seen this problem and all. We can mention it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
I think Sriram, you can conclude. Sriram.
Ma'am, students leave panna sollila, ma'am.
Yeah. The session is over, and you can leave then. No problem.
Shall I leave, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Happy
Thank you,
weekend.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Tomorrow,
Thank you, ma'am.
happy weekend for people, those who are not having class tomorrow. Those who have class, please. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.